Today we are united across the planet. We march today in 6 continents, over 40 countries, and 400 plus cities. We march today to determine an end to Monsanto's predatory business practices, and we take to the streets to unite as a tangible force, demanding an end to corporate and cronyism that has infected every pore of our government. We march because we will no longer stand for agencies like the FDA and the EPA, agencies intended to protect the people who now can only be concerned with doing biotech's bidding. We march today for India and the tens of thousands of Indian farmers who have been so broken and bankrupted by Monsanto's heinous and unethical business practices and corporate patents. Suicide has been the only escape for these farmers. We march today to honor their lives. We march today for the lives ravaged by Agent Orange. It has been 4 decades since the end of the Vietnam War, and yet there are still victims. There are still those who suffer, who are sick, and those who are dying from a poison sprayed in a war many were not even alive to see.
Right.
It is unacceptable that Monsanto has never been held accountable for the suffering and death their toxic Agent Orange is causing. It is intolerable that the U.S. government refuses to even acknowledge the anguish of so many. Today we march for the sick, suffering, and dying. We march for our veterans, the Vietnamese people, and all those whose lives are forever damaged by a war that ended decades ago.
Woo!
We march today to call for a ban on Roundup and all toxic chemicals. The World Health Organization recently declared glyphosate, the main component of Monsanto's Roundup, is a carcinogen. We march to demand an immediate end to the use of this cancer-causing poison in our schools and parks. These places are sanctuaries for our children to learn and play, and it is despicable that Monsanto's tainted science and lack of transparency has poisoned these havens with such an aggressive carcinogenic poison. And finally, we march today to shed light on the Trans-Pacific Partnership, a top-secret trade agreement that will erode our lives and contaminate our food. The TPP has been written by corporations like Monsanto and Walmart. These corporations have not only been the authors of the TTP, they dictate who gets to read its content. 600 corporate advisors have had input and access to the text, while the public, the press, and policymakers have been denied. Rules affecting food systems and food safety are worn throughout the text, which is not too surprising when you find out that the chief agriculture negotiator is Islam Sadekhu, a former Monsanto lobbyist.